Bingo, bango, bongo. Hello and welcome to this week's Football Talk podcast. I am Mystic Meg, Joshua Cool, and with me is David, not so hungover Nichols. How are you, Dave?
Hello, mate. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Why are you Mystic Meg?
Oh, because just got my bets right last week, didn't I?
Oh, well,
Put my neck on the line.
Oh, £1.33 of it.
Let's look at it in percentage gains. Because I chose to put the pound on. I could have put £1,000 on, Dave. That's the kind of money I never bet.
yeah, true.
Yeah. What's the largest bet you've placed, Dave?
Oh, that's a very good question. On sport or in a casino?
No, sport, because casino's a bit different. Casino's like not real life. It's like, yeah, let's put this down. It's not cash. It's coin. It's chips, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a very good question. I'll probably say like 20 quid, maybe. Mm-hmm. On one sporting event, I think is probably the most that jumps to mind. I don't really go very high. I've never gone anywhere near like 100. Yeah, that would be far too risky.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think it was probably the Champions League final just gone. I put all of my balance on Liverpool to win. I think I was like 50, 60 quid or something like that. Right. Because I was like, if it doesn't go my way, I need to have some form of cash to soften the blow, and it didn't help.
Yeah. So how much did you win off that?
It wasn't much. I think it was probably about another 20, 30 quid on top or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. So. That's still in my account, so I'm still just kind of using that. And I don't know, I'll go through phases with gambling. Like, do I place lots of random £1 bets, or do I go, you know what, I'm just going to put all of my balance on Man City to beat so-and-so at home and just accrue a little bits here and there?
Yeah, okay. It's interesting because you can't access betting sites over here. It's illegal. So
okay.
I can't access anything like Sky Bet or William Hill or anything like that. So it's completely... I haven't placed any football bets while I've been in Singapore. So, yeah.
Okay, well, should we touch on those games that so last week, if you didn't listen to the last podcast, I stated I thought Manchester United would get a result at home to Liverpool, and I thought Sheffield United would get a result at home to Arsenal, and both came in. Both were 1-1 draws. How did you feel about the Manchester United result? A little bit disappointed in the end?
Yeah, I think we played okay. I think the change of formation nullified Liverpool's fullbacks, which is obviously their crucial point to start attacks. And when you're seeing the likes of Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold crossing from so far back, like towards their own half, it was good. And I think before the game, if you had said 1-1, I would have bitten your hand off. But it felt like a defeat at the end with conceding that goal. But I always thought Liverpool were going to score. I didn't think we'd keep a clean sheet. So I'm happy with the draw. I can't not be happy with it. They're flying away, aren't they, in the league? So
yes.
And Man City probably would have been very happy as well, the fact that we drew 1-1. So, but yeah, I don't know. What about you? Like, as a neutral, what did you think of it?
I was a little bit disappointed for Manchester United. It's always disappointing when you've taken the lead. You've had the lead for so. It'd be interesting to see how long teams kind of sustain their lead throughout matches. Like, because you could just win in the 90th minute every time. You've been leading, but when you've had the lead for so long, it's always disappointing to not throw away, but to lose it at the very end. So, I've never really hidden my disdain for Liverpool, so also have disdain for United, but
you just hate everyone, Josh, don't you? You just hate everyone.
I do hate everyone, yeah. But I don't. It's nice to see a title race as well, just rather than someone run away. So to keep that congested there is quite good. But and also Sheffield United on Monday. I think a lot of people probably saw that coming. Sheffield United are the kind of the anti-Arsenal, aren't they? They've often failed against those sides who really get amongst it and put them under. And it showed on Monday night. Arsenal never really got going, and Sheffield United got their goal. And it was a win, wasn't it? It wasn't 2-1. It was they beaten 1-1. 1-0.
They beat them 1-0.
Yeah, can't get that 1-0 out of my head. Yeah. Cracking 1-0 win. Yeah.
Arsenal just look a little bit lost at the moment. They seem to not have a game plan sort of thing. They don't.
I know. I watched
strange.
the Europa League match during midweek against Vitoria, and Marcus Edwards, the former Spurs youth player, lined up for Vittoria and got the opening goal. And to be honest with you, they did. Well, that first half especially, Arsenal looked woeful, and they were saved by. I mean, maybe we should come to expect this now. Is he going to now push on? But Nicolas Pepe got 2 free kick goals, and they were both very good free kick goals. And I mean, the commentator did go, "Fine, this is Pepe's first goal from open play." I was like, "Nope,
no, it's not." But,
yeah, they did look a little bit lost, and there's some stats going around the other week, but Emery's first 47 games compared to Wenger's last 47 games are actually a little bit worse.
Okay.
And obviously, Arsenal are a side in transition. Emery's trying to change things up, but yeah, it just looked a little bit kind of lackluster. And obviously, they're still bringing their fullbacks back from injury, but yeah, it's not too positive so far. And who do they have today? They have Palace at home, don't they?
Yeah.
Palace quite an organised side. They
caused trouble, didn't they, Palace? So
I don't think Arsenal beat them last year. So yeah, I wouldn't expect this to all go away. I mean, you beat Vittoria 3-2 in the Europa League. It's not, you don't want to grab your wins there and keep not winning in the league, do you?
Yeah.
Spurs have won very few games, but most have been in the league so far, which is why it doesn't look as bad as it probably is. Whereas Arsenal, you don't want. It says, I think, remember Michael Laudrup getting sacked from Swansea must be quite a few years back now, and he'd got a few wins, but they were in Europe, a few cup competitions. They got all their wins, and their league form just completely suffered at the back of it. So
yeah, I remember that. I was quite shocked. I think when Laudrup got sacked.
Yeah, they were playing decent football, but the results were coming. But it was quite a good week, wasn't it, for in Europe for the English sides?
First time ever all 7 teams won, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I mean, every single time Spurs scored, I breathed a sigh of relief. But again, Mystic Meg was in play there. I put a bet on Spurs to win with a -3 handicap, I think it was, because I thought, I feel like we're just gonna go out here and just do the business, and thankfully we did. But yeah, I didn't cheer anything. I just every time a goal.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah, probably the best result I'd say was probably Chelsea's. That was. In the Champions League, I'd say that was really quite mature. Chelsea are developing quite nicely. Obviously, we'll touch on it later. They won again in the league, but it was very mature. Ajax showed what they could do last year, but 1-0 win with Batshuayi's absolute bluter into the roof of the net. But
yeah.
I mean,
good result against a pretty strong Ajax team. It's good for him. Yeah. So.
Goal. I mean, Liverpool obviously beating Genk 4-0. And not Ghent, as 2 Liverpool fans thought, and turned up to the wrong city.
Did they really?
Yeah. But obviously,
amazing.
the standout there is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's goal. Did you see that outside the right boot?
No, I haven't seen it actually.
Oh, check it out! Outside, it rolls. He's on the edge of the box, just to left of centre. The ball rolls to him across, and he outside the right boot flicks it to the top left-hand corner. Blooming lovely. Check that out.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, I'll look at that one. So. I've got a question for you then, Mystic Meg, if that's what you're calling yourself. Arsenal v Crystal Palace and Norwich v Man United. What's Josh's bet of the day for those 2 games?
Oh, shall I? I think that. Oh, Palace. I mean, Palace. I just think Arsenal might nick this in a very kind of real. It's not the Super Sunday match, but if it was, it would be very, very boring. I think Pepe might step up and whip in a last-minute free kick again.
Yeah. Okay.
Norwich United. Oh, that's Norwich are in a horrible run. I think Man United might get a result here. I don't think anything's going to be surprising this one. I think Arsenal United to get results.
Okay. All right then, you've heard it there. Bet with Josh. New feature.
Bet with me. Yeah, double. Arsenal Man United both to get.
Both to win. Yeah. Arsenal, Man United. I think the way Norwich are in bad form and the way they play could suit us. I think they'll allow us to hit them on the counter attack, which seems to be their problem with Norwich at the moment. So I think I've predicted 1-1, to be honest. But I obviously I hope we get the win. That would be great. But and then Arsenal Palace. I think Arsenal will win quite comfortably. So. I think
they have just played on Thursday night, but I suppose the tide was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Fullbacks were different. But I'd say I can't see either Arsenal or Man United losing. So if you really wanted to not get much back for your money, put a double chance on Arsenal or Man United.
Yeah. But, okay then. Moving on. Anything else in the news? Actually, before we get to the news, we got a question on the last episode, Josh. We had a question.
Go on.
Ross Jacobs said, which club would you like to see after Spurs on the All or Nothing series? Personally, he'd go for Newcastle because it would be really funny. So what football club would you like to see on the All or Nothing series after the Spurs one is done?
Oh, so it'd be an English side, would it?
I think you can pick any side you want.
Oh, well, it'd probably be easier if it's English side, otherwise I'm going to have to watch the whole thing with subtitles on it. So,
yeah.
I mean, Newcastle would be pretty good. I mean, that would very much kind of mirror the Sunderland Till I Die.
Yeah.
Doc. Obviously, see, Liverpool have had a little bit of something as well, haven't they, previously? I can't really disagree. I think Everton, maybe. Everton would be interesting because it seems so flip-floppy each game. It'd be interesting to see, is there anything to see behind the closed doors, how the players behave? Is there anything you can see there of why they have this kind of up and down? I mean, obviously you can just see Marco Silva just cry a lot at the moment and just stands out in the rain so no one can see his tears.
Oh, bless him. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think I'd go for like maybe someone like Wolves, because they're obviously backed by quite a lot of money to see how that works in the back room. Or then the flip of it is go for like a smaller team like a Bournemouth and see how the sort of camaraderie of the players sort of keeps them in the Premier League sort of thing, just like that. I think it'd be quite interesting. But yeah, good question. Thank you, Ross.
Do you reckon Wolves are catered by Nando's because of how Portuguese players they have?
They might be.
Is there a Nando's in Singapore?
Yes, there is. It's not as good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not as good. You can't get like the pita or the wraps. It's really annoying.
Man, who does that?
Well, I eat the wraps.
Not me because I'm gluten free, but
well, yeah.
All right.
But yeah, anyway,
I've got some
Ross,
news for you.
Football news. Go, Josh.
The initial 2022 Premier League calendar has been kind of released due to the Qatar World Cup. You seen this?
I haven't seen this.
Okay, so the tournament's planned to run from, I think, around the 21st of November to the 18th of December.
Yeah.
So the Premier League would start a week earlier and finish a week later. And then it would pause on the 12th of November and resume on the 26th of December. The same for the Championship.
Oh, wow.
So it would 10 days before the World Cup starts and around about 10 days after, roughly.
Oh, that's going to be tight, isn't it? That's going to be...
It's going to be tight. I mean, I'm sure players will love coming back and playing their game on Boxing Day. It's like, maybe they thought one year they'd get out playing Boxing Day, but it's just too big a lure for the Premier League, isn't it? Those Christmas games is just like... Well, I mean, as a fan, you think you love it, but then there's so many blooming draws because all the players are so absolutely knackered. They just kind of eke out draws each time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It's got to be obviously ratified and voted for, but you can see a lot of injuries, fatigue building up there.
I think it's just mental, isn't it? It's just I agree the fact that football's a world game and it should be played everywhere in the world, but it is disrupting the majority of the biggest leagues that everybody likes to watch. So it's a bit of a strange situation. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it works out. I agree. Lots of injuries and fatigue, and it will affect the league system. It's just no way around it. But yeah,
it's interesting to see if you'll see a different World Cup, because obviously typically a World Cup is at the end of the season, players are fatigued and it's a bit slower. Obviously now that'll be pretty kind of prime fitness if they've had those kind of couple of months of playing. They're peak physical condition then. It's just whether the impact of the Qatar heat, I'm not, because I've heard mooted like the air conditioned stadium and stuff, whether they'll be able to, whether we'll see a higher tempo World Cup offset maybe with the heat, maybe just it'll be back to normal.
I'm not sure. I think it'll be rubbish.
You're not gonna not be a fan?
Oh well, I'll watch it and it'll be great, but I think it'll be so different. It will be weird. I think it'll be because everyone will be so, like I can't explain it. I think there'll be loads of injuries. I think the players will pick up loads of injuries with it being played at Christmas, like over that period. I think they will, because you just work so hard for your. I'm not saying they don't work hard for their clubs, but like for your nation, you really want to do everything, don't you? You really want to put it all in, and I'm going in very negative to it, which means it can only be better than my expectations, I think. So
the worst, only better can happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll move on, and there's been some Super 6, obviously. Did you Did you manage to submit both rounds this week, Dave?
I did, and I don't think it really helped me out.
The reason I asked is you're still bottom of the table, so I was wondering.
No, surely I've overtaken Owen.
No, you're a point behind him.
Oh, for
you are
God's sake.
foot of a table, 1 point adrift, and I am now firmly in second place. Tom Hannigan is still leading away with 131 points. I'm 8 behind in total. This month has seen. Oh, Dave, you're still. It's not changed. You're still bottom for the month. Owen's still second bottom for the month. But I'll review the season. Season so far, Tom's obviously on top than me. Derek Murphy in third, Kyle in fourth, Shivam fifth, Owen sixth, and Dave seventh. It's you need to really kind of work out what's going on, Dave, because you should get
Cheers, Josh.
fired.
Is that your advice? Is it?
Yeah, maybe they need to fire you and appoint a new manager in terms of picking results, because you're going to get yourself relegated.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. I'll turn it around. Just need a bit more time. I need the January transfer window. It's not my own results at the moment. I'm still leaving up from the old manager, where he was picking the results. So, I've got to get my own squad in there.
Okay. All right.
Hate it. Why am I so bad at Super 6?
I don't know, Dave.
Yeah. Well, because I keep picking the wrong results. That's why.
Yes, why do you keep picking the wrong results? Right. Should we move on to? Unless you have any other news, I've got a quiz for you.
I've got one bit of news that you may have seen. The BBC had a little article on it.
Right.
Where a penalty was given away in Germany by a substitute.
No, I have not seen this. This sounds interesting.
So a sub was warming up behind the goal in the German second division, and he kicked a shot that had basically gone off, or was going off. I think it had left the pitch. He basically kicked the ball straight back into play. And no one had given a decision to say it was a goal kick or a corner, but this guy just booted it back on, so none of the players knew what was happening. And it went to VAR, and VAR showed that he touched the ball before it had gone off the pitch. So the referee gave a penalty.
Wow.
Now I don't know if the rule is a penalty, but yeah, the VAR went there, reviewed it. It hadn't gone off the pitch. The player had clicked, so a substitute had played it as an extra player on the pitch. He got a yellow card, and it was a penalty.
It's one of those things we talked last week about the peculiar goals.
Yeah.
And the amount of times I said the referee just made a mistake, it would never happen again. It seems like it's one of those situations where it's like, I'm not sure it's actually the right decision, but it's weird, and he's given a penalty. I presume it was scored.
Yeah, it was scored. Yeah. But it says just later down in the article, I've just flicked it back up again and read it. The rules state that if a substitute interferes with play in any manner, the referee can take appropriate disciplinary action and restart the game with a direct free kick or a penalty. So he just gave him a penalty. So there you go. It is in the rules. It is written down.
Oh, there you go. He's done well.
Yeah. Well done, referee. But yeah, other than that, the only other thing, Jack Rodwell, what the hell's that about?
Yes. I mean, it was weird because that happened the night that I think Rome were playing, and I heard about it on the Wednesday, was it? And I watched Roma, and Smalling gave away a penalty. I was like, Chris Smalling's there. Yeah. He's got a friend. He's not going to be ostracised like Ashley Cole was and have to linger on the side of a photo. Him and Smalling would be able to if he has he signed, or is it still rumour?
No, it's still he's in Italy apparently over a potential move, but it's been reported by like agents in Italy that he's going to be going there. So it's just mental, absolutely.
Yes,
mental.
I mean,
and Chris Smalling obviously giving away a penalty with his face, which was always impressive.
That is impressive. But I mean, at least Jack Rodwell had started playing some games. He played actually a fair amount of games last year.
Yeah. Anyway then, that's enough of the news. Let's crack on, Josh. Give me a quiz.
Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. It's quizzing time, Dave. Right. We briefly mentioned the Europa League in our news section there, and to date, 15 English league clubs have played in the Europa League group stages.
Oh God!
Can you name them?
15. Well, Man United.
Yes.
Wolves.
That's your second one, is it? All right, go for it.
Because they're in it now, aren't they? So
they are. Their first ever appearance in it.
Arsenal
also in it.
Chelsea.
Yeah. Chelsea have played in it twice. Arsenal played. This is their third season in a row playing for it. Can you tell me who's winning? Who's the Kings of North London?
Everton.
Everton 3 times. Man United played in it 4 times, by the way.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a lot. Seems like a lot, that.
So you must have dropped into it in 11-12, was it, when you
Yeah.
got beaten by Athletic Bilbao?
Yeah.
15-16, 16-17, and 19-20.
Liverpool.
Liverpool 5 times. Last time was 15-16. Shows they're on the up.
I mean, I'll say Spurs, but I can't remember them being in it.
What? We've got the most appearances in it.
Really?
6 seasons in a row. 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17. And then in the subsequent seasons we've been in the Champions League, yeah.
Man City.
You've named Man City. You've been in it twice as well. 10, 11, 11, 12. Oh, you've named the big 6.
Yeah.
Everton and Wolves. So you've now got the dross.
West Ham.
West Ham have never appeared in it.
Oh, okay.
They got
Aston
knocked
Villa.
out in... Oh, Aston Villa have never appeared in it.
Are we talking Europa? Is it just the Europa League? Or is it when it was the UEFA Cup as well?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. Did I say Newcastle? Newcastle.
You didn't. But Newcastle have appeared in it. Well done. The 12-13 season.
Was that when Alan Pardew got them up to like 4th or 5th?
Must have been 5th they got to, yeah.
Yeah. Leave it there. We'll come back to it because that's 9, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 remaining. Correct, Dave.
Okay.
Not bad so far, but the rest of them, all but one of them have only appeared in it once.
Oh, bloody hell.
So, yeah. But, I mean, Newcastle and Wolves you've named have just appeared in it once, but yeah, it's getting tougher as it goes on. So I don't think we're going to see a win there for you, but good luck, Dave. Right.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the review of the Premier League fixtures this weekend, and let's start on Friday night, shall we?
Yeah. Hope Scott's listening.
Yeah, the Tim Flowers derby. Oh, what would he have made of this match? Oh my goodness!
I felt very sorry for Gunn in goal.
Yeah, I started watching it caught it about 5 minutes late, and I was like, okay, this is bad weather, and I saw it, and then Ben Chilwell scores, and I was like, oh, okay, and then just Leicester looked really up for it. I mean, in that goal, then obviously we have VAR. VAR has changed this weekend. There's been a distinct change in VAR from this point onwards. So it has retrospectively adjusted 3 incidents, I think I've noticed.
Yeah, I think it's about that, yeah.
So the red card here, the dive for Chelsea in a Chelsea match, and penalty in the Brighton match. And that is a distinct change from what's happened in the 9 games previous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I'd say this one it got right, the Brighton one it got wrong, and the Chelsea one it got partly right. So it's kind of getting there, but yeah, it's been a distinct change. And so obviously Southampton go down and down to 10 men, and then bam, bam, bam. I think they're 3 down within 20 minutes, and I was like, well, I'm not going to make my wife watch this all evening, so I just watched something else. And have I got news for you on? And then Would I Lie to You? 2 fantastic panel shows. But I had my Flash Scores app just kind of trickling the goals through. I was like, Leicester looked so up for it, and it's sad. It reminded me of Spurs a few years back, how they're so confident. They're just in such a good moment at the moment. And they just tore through them, didn't they?
It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible to see it, like on the highlights the next day. It was just ridiculous ruthlessness. 5-0 up at half time. Hat-tricks for Perez and Vardy. It was just, I mean, my problem with Southampton is, how does Yoshida still play? He is woeful at the back.
He is. I've never been a fan. Yeah. Casper joins his dad now as only 2 Premier League goalkeepers to keep a clean sheet and see their team score 9. On the other side of things, Angus and Brian Gunn, both father and son, have both conceded 7+ goals in the Premier League. So, which father and son duo are the best?
Yeah. I've got a question for you.
Go on, hit me.
Who gets the match ball?
The first person to reach their hat trick. So that'd be Perez.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. Is that
I mean,
fact, or are you saying that from logic?
No, that's literally just logic. I think both should get a match ball. It's still a hat trick, isn't it?
Yeah.
We spoke last week about Southampton's difficult run, didn't we? We kind of mentioned Leicester. We were like, well, got City a couple of times because we got them in the League Cup, and then in the Premier League we got Everton and Arsenal. I mean, couldn't have got off to a worse start of run of games, could it?
I know. And I don't want to see Hasenhüttl.
No, they're so much better than they were under Mark Hughes. That game was just, I don't know. It's similar. It reminded me of a little bit of Spurs Bayern. It just seemed like it was just we tied against it. Actually, the Chelsea Burnley match reminds me a bit more of Spurs Bayern because it was just everything went in. But yeah, it was just they got caught up in the whirlwind, didn't they?
Yeah,
all credit to Leicester, showed really good mentality to push on and win that, but I don't think sacking Hasenhüttl is the right answer at the moment.
No, I would agree.
But what would you say if you current managers? You'd predict Leicester to be top 4, top 6?
Yeah. Well, I mean, beginning of the season, I wouldn't have predicted it, but I think they're going to finish top 6. I struggle to see them finishing outside top 6. Top 4 might still be a struggle because Arsenal are sort of clinging on to the group, but I guess because if Arsenal win today, it's only 2 points behind Leicester in third. So, or is that right?
Yeah. My issue with Leicester is that they are very much a very good first 11. Leicester, they're very good first 11 because behind that there isn't really much. I mean, you take Vardy out. I mean, what do you put in? Jose Perez. I mean,
is
it's
it
a somewhat.
Iheanacho?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our man Iheanacho is there. I mean, Mark Albrighton coming to the side. Damari Gray. I mean, Wes Morgan. It's not great, is it? Matty James and Dennis Pryor, Christian Fuchs. It's a really big differentiation between their first 11 and second 11. So.
But they could also be very similar to the Chelsea team when they didn't have European football, because Leicester don't have any other. It's just the cups, isn't it? And I don't know if they did they get knocked out of the cup. I can't remember.
No, they're still in the League Cup. Burton Albion, I think they've got.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, they might not need that depth this year.
Absolutely, they might not need it, but it's what would make me hesitate in saying they're going to get top 4 because it's a bit of a safety net. If they had the depth, I'd be like, they could definitely get top 4.
Yeah.
It just makes me hesitant because of if I get a couple of injuries, then you kind of like, okay, what we're going to do here.
Yeah.
But all good so far. And was Southampton bottom 3? Or are they going to be safe? What do you reckon?
They'll be safe. I think they'll turn it round, and Newcastle are worse than them. So.
Okay. All right. We'll move on to now. I normally say a derby at this point, but in looking for this, I have identified this is the most well-trodden path for British and Irish players. So let me reel off this first 11 to you, and you can tell me what's between them. Shay Gibbon, Carl Walker, Micah Richards, Richard Dunn, Jolyon Lescott, James Milner, Gareth Barry, Fabian Delph, Darius Vassell, Stephen Ireland, Scott Sinclair.
They've both played for Man City and Aston Villa.
Absolutely ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, that is mental. That is insane.
Yeah, did not. Before this, if you told me, you said to me, "Can you name some players played for City and Villa?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I can have a few," but realising it's and it's all British and Irish, I don't know why.
Yeah,
who knows?
You could have saved that, Josh. It could have been a quiz.
Could have been a quiz, but I just love to just share knowledge.
Yeah, that's true.
So this was 3-0 to City and never really looked in doubt. And
I don't know. First half, it was not. It was not.
No,
very
first
good.
half was just it was, but I don't know.
It was coming.
Aston Villa defended. Yeah, it's coming, isn't it? And I mean, Raheem Sterling is turning out to be the player that City fans hoped Sean Wright Phillips was going to be. Really, he's just really, really good, isn't he?
Do you reckon Ballon d'Or could be in Raheem's sights? Is he that good?
No, he's not, for me. He's not that good.
Where would you rank him in the world? Where would you rank? Top 5, top 10?
No, top 10. But I just can't help. We all know Raheem Sterling before Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
Which was not this player, and I just feel like I need more proof. I him playing in a side not managed by Pep Guardiola or really doing something on the world stage for England. I feel like he's just in the perfect moment with his perfect player, and I don't know. I feel like I've got too much history of him being almost good.
But what about someone like Van Dijk then? We all knew of Van Dijk before he moved to Liverpool. It's just at Liverpool he's gone to that next level. Same with maybe Sterling just needed the right manager to go to that next level.
But the thing with Raheem Sterling, he still shows flashes of his shocking shot technique.
Okay.
And whereas Virgil van Dijk just oozes class. You think, oh, right, how didn't people see this before? Whereas for me, this was not a foregone conclusion that Raheem Sterling was going to be this player.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to open that up to the listeners then. Down below in the comments or on Spotify or wherever you're listening on the comment section, do you think, where would you put Raheem Sterling in the world of players? I would say right now, top 5. Easily.
Would you?
Yep. I would say probably Messi and Ronaldo would be up there, like normal.
I'm not sure I'd put Ronaldo in there, by the way, now.
No? Okay. But Van Dijk, best centre-back in the world. Put him in top 5.
Maybe Mane. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put Sterling above like Kevin De Bruyne. I probably wouldn't put him. I don't know if I put him above. I don't know. I've always been a big fan of Sterling, but it turns out when actually pushed to think on it, I don't rate him highly.
I'm surprised that you don't just say you hate him. I've got a serious dislike for everything.
No, I think he's fantastic. I think he's done a lot for.
Everything in the game.
He's just outside of football, inside, outside football. It's fantastic. But
anyway,
so let us know what you think with that. Do you reckon Kyle Walker should be concerned? He seems to have lost his right back slot for England, whether that's just rotation, giving other people a chance, and he seems to be losing his right back slot for Man City with Cancelo finally coming in, playing a couple of games recently. Do you reckon he should be worried?
I think he should be worried. Yeah, I think he's. Well, they signed Cancelo for big money, and he's doing pretty well when he plays. So I think Kyle Walker should be worried. It wouldn't surprise me if they sold him next year. He'll play this season, and then it wouldn't surprise me if they sold him. Get some money back while they can.
Yeah, he'll be 30 come the end of the season, which for a player so reliant on his physical ability, I mean, he's going to maintain a certain level of physical ability, but it will drop slightly. Yeah, I think I can still see him playing there a few. I don't know. I don't. Man City have never been too good at selling players, have they? So let's have a change tack. But part of me just wants him to end up at Sheffield United again. But I couldn't see that for another few years unless they really cement themselves as a Premier League side. But no, he's top level. He deserves to be playing for Man City. Whether they think that with every player coming through, they'd want to blood. But I think the City like having 2 top quality fullbacks, don't they? Yeah,
they do. They do. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him. But the game was good. Sterling did well. Fernandinho red card, obviously didn't really change.
Yeah, who are we going to see at centre back next week?
Yeah, lovely finish from Gundogan with a little Di Canio volley.
Oh, I do love the little scissor kick volley. Yeah, it's a bit Di Canio with the Wimbledon goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love that. It's a bit kind of balletic, isn't it? That kind of finish. It's very nice. It used to be
my favourite clearance to do on a football pitch. If it was ball coming out of the sky as a centre back, I'd Di Canio volley it away.
Nice. Yeah. Never heard it called Di Canio volley, but I can immediately picture.
That's what it was always at football in Bristol. It was always called a Di Canio.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always called it Di Canio. That's true. I assume it's just that goal against Wimbledon, which was incredible.
Whereas I would call it Di Canio plucking the ball out of the air because Paul Gerrard's down injured and being a really good sportsman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Each to their own.
But
do you reckon City might go on a massive run of wins now? Do you reckon they've gone? Yes. You know what? We mean business now.
Yeah,
and
I think they are. I think they're.
Do you reckon?
I think they're going to go on a really good winning run. Sorry, and I think Liverpool will panic.
Do you reckon Spurs will get a result against Liverpool today? Oh come on! I helped you out last week.
No. Yeah, I think draw. I think you'll get a draw.
Yay!
I think you'll get a draw. Why not? Yeah.
There's been loads of hat tricks this week.
I mean, Josh, why are you listening to me? I'm bottom of Super 6. You want me to predict a Liverpool win so it doesn't happen?
Yeah. What have you predicted?
I don't know what I've predicted. I can't remember. 2-1 Liverpool. 3-1.
There we go. 2-1 Spurs. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on to the Shane Duffy derby. Oh, that's a lovely to say. The Duffy Derby.
Yeah.
Oh, this was a match, wasn't it? Own goals, last minute. Oh. And Everton being rubbish. Wow. And again, this is a VAR decision. This was not right. This was overturned. So Michael Keane and what's his name, Connolly, were kind of jostling for the ball, both looking at the ball, and Michael Keane steps on Connolly's Achilles, and the ball goes out of play. Nothing. VAR looks at it, and the judge that to be a penalty. Ridiculous. Michael Keane's not looking.
Yeah.
He's obviously his feet might go on anything because he's not looking at the ground. So if you look up at the sky, you're going to stand on something. It's not because he's not pushed him over. It's just accidental coming together. You can't be making penalties out of that for me.
I agree, 100%.
Okay, good, tick, done. But I mean, I was watching BT Sports goal thing, and they were complaining how VAR is so inconsistent. It's like, I want it to be inconsistent now because I don't agree with what's happened with the first 9 games of the season. So if it was consistent, I'd just be unhappy with it throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
So I want it to be inconsistent, but I want it to be inconsistent again by continuing to overturn decisions, but overturn them correctly. So at the moment it's overturning them and not getting them all right, but yes. I
mean, I feel bad for Lucas Digne with the own goal because he's been Everton's probably their best player this season.
He's a top-notch player, yeah.
So,
if he didn't do it,
yeah, it was going to be put in.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously didn't have to put in his own net, but he had to get something on it, and ideal would have been saving the goal, but yeah, it would have been scored if he didn't take a touch.
Is it the end of Marco Silva?
I have Spurs up next.
So that's a win. That's a win for Everton.
Yeah, honestly, we beat them 6-2 last year at Goodison. In probably our last good result in the league. I say the end is drawing near if this continues. Yeah, Everton aren't shy of pulling the trigger. So
yeah.
Shout out, no, but more of a criticism of Matt Ryan actually. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's goal.
Shout out to Matt Ryan. Well, no, I'm going to criticise him. So
Matt Ryan came rushing out with Dominic Calvert-Lewin's goal. If he stayed at home, he would have been in goal. If he just stayed in the goal, Calvert-Lewin's not getting a goal there. It made it so much easier for him to score. Just slot it past him. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin just scores goals and Everton lose. I think his last 4 goals have come and Everton's lost all of them. So Get him off the pitch, Marco.
Yeah. Bloody hell. I mean, it's really hard, isn't it? Because Everton are only 3 points off 7th. Unless if Spurs win, then they'll go.
Spurs win, we go 5th.
You do, and Everton are then 3 points off 8th, which isn't too bad.
No, it isn't. It's just so congested at the moment. We need to fast forward. Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right.
We'll leave that there and move on to the Nathan Ake derby.
Great. 0-0. Move on.
0-0. Which is sad how. Well, I mean, it's not exactly exciting to be at Watford fan at the moment. It's less disappointing than it was at the start of the season, but they've scored and conceded 1 goal in their last 3, which is both in that Spurs match, actually. So no doubt the Watford fans will go, the goal we conceded shouldn't have stood anyway. It hit his shoulder. But it's 10 games in and no win, which is not a great situation.
No.
Do you know what? It feels with Watford, they could sack their manager again and no one would bloody notice.
Yeah, I agree. I think it wouldn't surprise me if they did.
and they could get him. They could get him. I don't know, Walter Mazzari again or something, and people like, "Oh, is he still the Watford manager?" I was like, "No. They've changed a few times since then." Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But again, they're a team that they haven't won, but they are only 3 points off Newcastle in 17th. So it's just bizarre this season.
It's so many teams are in shit. Yeah. And Bournemouth first ever back-to-back 0-0.
Oh, right. Well, there you go.
Because they normally just swing from big win to big loss. Because Eddie Howe is a fraud. Right, let's move on to this is a good one, Dave. The Carlos Tevez derby. Yeah?
Wow. Is it?
Yeah. Because Neil Warnock, Colin Wanker, remember, didn't they try and sue West Ham because Carlos Tevez kept West Ham up?
Yeah.
And
but it's not the Carlos Tevez derby, though, is it?
Well, it is.
Because he's not played for Sheffield United.
I make the rules, Dave. Right?
Okay.
And rules are, if I can link a player to both clubs, bang, done. Yeah, I was looking at this, and it's actually quite an open end-to-end game actually. But I was looking earlier at Fabianski, and I was like, Fabianski's out. What's happened to him? And I think he's injured his thigh, had surgery, and I've watched 2 games now with Roberto in goal, and man, I'm not sure. I think this guy's a fraud himself. I'm not sure he's actually a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I was going to say he dives like an outfield player.
Yeah,
like
one of his saves here. It went straight at him. He spooned off his hands, bounced into the ground, and hit the player in the bollocks. It's like that's ridiculous. And then he came diving out for one, and it spooned off the attacker's head because he was like, "Shit! It hit my head. I didn't think it was going to come to me." He is honestly an accident waiting to happen. It's been the season so far for second choice Spanish speaking goalkeepers.
Yeah.
So Adrian got a chance. Roberto's given a chance. Gazaniga's got a chance now. Some of these guys never thought they were going to be playing. Now they're like, shit!
I just saw their goal when Lys Mousset shoots.
Yeah.
It's just such a bad attempt to save it. He should definitely save that, shouldn't he? It's not
so slow.
It's so bad.
How has he got there? How has he got in? Because watching the Arsenal Sheffield United match earlier in the week, I was like, and I was like, yeah. And before the match, like, yeah, they've started Lys Mousset to give him more firepower. I'm like, fuck, how bad is it? The guy's got 3 goals in 60 Premier League appearances before Sheffield United. Like, this is awful, and he scores. I'm like, okay. Now he's got 3 goals in 7 games for Sheffield United.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure that should have been a goal.
No, I don't. I'm so glad you brought that up because I was like, we've got to mention it because he does look really shit.
Yeah, like astonishingly shit. It's like, it's Fabianski's a somewhat underrated goalkeeper, I'd say. He's actually really quite good.
Had the best shot to save percentage in the league last season. Yeah. So.
But you never know. He's not going to have a tough workout coming up. I mean, well, he played so West Ham home to Newcastle next, and then away at Burnley. I mean, I think Burnley can probably get this guy flapping some crosses.
Yeah, Chris Wood will just stand next to him, and he won't know what to do. So
that when we speak in 2 weeks' time, I'm pretty sure we're going to be going, "Wow, Roberto flapping about." So we'll wait for that one. But some good attacking play from both sides, but defensively, West Ham looked all over shop, and but I mean, both sides had a chance to win it. I think Sheffield United now still unbeaten away from home.
Yeah,
in 5 matches, but I think West Ham fans I think they're turning on Pellegrini a bit, aren't they?
It's an odd one to see that because I think he's done a really good job, but again, I think we mentioned it last week. It's sort of you have him there to steady the ship and then get a new manager in. But I mean, they're in 9th. I mean, what do West Ham fans want? What are they aiming for? Do they want top 7, top 6? I just don't. What's a good season if you're a West Ham fan? Let us know if you're a West Ham fan. Yeah. What's a good season for you? But
the last match they won, they beat a shit side 2-0. Man United they beat 2-0.
Yeah, cheers, Josh. Thank you.
Yeah, just over a month ago. Yeah, it's
you prick.
But I think last year they started horrifically, didn't they? And then they built up. They lost like 3 of their 4 or something, and no wins in 7 or something like that. But now they've had those better results. It's now petering away. I think it's a little bit inconsistent, which is a bit tough to take. If you're consistent, it's much more calming. But yeah, I think it will just continue to flap around all season, flap around the wind.
Okay, excellent. No.
Oh, just shades of Gaza in '96 with Snodgrass's chance at the end there, sliding into the back post, not quite getting there. That was that brought back some harrowing memories. We'll move on and we'll talk about Frank Sinclair and his derby.
The Frank Sinclair derby.
Frank Sinclair derby. I mean, how I don't know, lucky or clinical was this? And now I'm having to deal with newspaper headlines saying, "Oh, Captain America, this is America." Yeah, and it's like, seriously, you were slagging him off a week ago, gets a hat trick, and he's suddenly the best thing ever. It's like, and how well Frank Lampard's done managing him. It's like, Christ, he's just scored a hat trick. It's one swallow doesn't make a spring. Let's just calm it down a bit, please.
It was a very good performance from him. Let's be honest. I think he took his goals well. Defending was a bit shit, so They made it.
None of the chances. I mean, the reason I can, like, the goals they scored, none of them are clear-cut chances, which is why it's so clinical. But their XG was 0.86.
Oh.
So it means that all of their shots combined don't even come to anywhere near before they scored. And Burnley got to feel a little bit hard. I mean, Burnley's 2 goals wouldn't have been their highest chances either, but they scored a blooter. Rodriguez's goal, but VAR here. VAR overturned the penalty decision. Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think it was Michael Oliver, they judged to be tripped. VAR overturned it, ruled no penalty, but also ruled a dive. I'm not sure it was a dive. I think there was a bit of contact here, but not enough for a penalty. So I'd said it's partially correct.
Yeah, I think it could have gone either way, couldn't it? It's one of those where having VAR doesn't actually really clear it up. So, because it could have gone either way. But
I feel it has cleared up, because I feel like a lot of people would have gone, oh, that was a dive. 5-2, that was a penalty. That wasn't a penalty, it was a dive. I think when you actually then go out and book a player for it, I think you're making a real statement. I think booking player for diving, you've got to be so clear that it is a full-on dive. And I think you often, when you're looking for a dive, you look at one point of contact, and so you look, Ben Mee's taking his leg away, but then you also forgetting that I think it was Lowton, it was pushing him in the back as well. I think there's a little bit of contact with knee, so I think it's hard with those situations like that where there is contact. I don't think you want to say dive in a sense like that, but where it's like someone's literally just done an Ashley Young, then you go, that's a dive.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But Chelsea are rocking and rolling at the moment, aren't they?
They're doing well. They still look susceptible
8 in a row, is it?
But yeah, they're doing. You can't argue with Lampard at the moment. He's doing very, very well.
And he's also out of the limelight a bit. I feel like he's not. I thought there'd been a lot more noshing off of Lampard so far, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think. I think everyone's sort of it's strange. Like, I agree. I thought there would be more about it, but I think everyone's just thinking like it's going to tail off, so we don't want to like build him up, which is strange for the English press and everything. But he's doing all right. He's doing well. Yeah. Not much else to say. What do you think about Burnley's goals? Like, they good? I mean, McNeil's takes a deflection, obviously goes past Kepa, but Rodriguez's goal, should Kepa have done better? I can't.
I don't know. There's a big old dip on that. It was similar to when Ericsson scored a similar goal against him last or season before. It must have been last, because he joined last season, and it was really up and under. Oh no, that was against Caballero. Sorry, but yeah, it's one of those ones where it goes really high, and it's like, you haven't got much chance. You?
Yeah, fair enough then. All right. That's the.
Shall we move on? Oh, actually, no. Why not just? What's your goal of the weekend? What was your favourite?
Just because I love Gundogan, I just love the Di Canio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's like the best goal. It's probably my favourite goal because of the technique on the volley. Yeah.
When I first saw it, I thought Pascal Gross's one free kick against Everton was, but when looking at it, the wall is absolutely split, and if it's either the wall's fault or Pickford's fault. Either the wall was meant to be split, so Pickford could have a view. If so, you've got to do better, because that's straight at you, and you've gone straight through you.
Also, really like, I think it was Ayoze Perez's second goal, where Chilwell puts a cross into the back post. The defender looks a little bit confused, and he flies in at the back post and volleys it roof of the net. That was good.
That was nice.
That was a lovely goal. But yeah,
excellent.
All right.
Let's move on to one of our top 10 segments. Hit me, Dave.
I got a wiki file. Here comes a wiki file. I got a wiki file for you. Hey, there we go.
Lovely.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to get a bit more. I feel like I've got to jazz it up every week with you.
Yeah, that was a little flurry. Oh, do I? I don't intend.
You change your ooh la 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 la. Sometimes it's whispering and then you get louder. So I just feel like maybe. So Josh has sent me a wiki file, and is he just in the carnival?
Oh no, he's got it full in.
What, 30? Wigan? Oh no, Wigan. Sorry, yeah, Wigan. So. The player that Josh has sent me started his youth career at Audax Italiano. Is what I'd go for there. Audax. You wouldn't pronounce the X, would you?
Audax Italiano, mate.
Audax. Yeah. Audax Italiano, 2005-2006. From 2006 to 2008, he actually played for their senior team, Audax Italiano. 61 appearances, 14 goals. That got him a move to Chelsea. 2008 to 2010, Chelsea, 8 appearances, 0 goals, so he didn't quite make the cut, but he did spend the last year of that Chelsea time on loan at Blackburn Rovers, where he scored 1 goal in 22 appearances. That got him a move to Wigan, where he made his highest club appearances with 92, and he scored 13 goals. He then moved to Werder Bremen, 49 appearances, 17 goals in 2013 to 2015. 2015 to 2019, he signed for Schalke and scored 5 goals in 71 appearances, and then he moved to Spain and played for Rayo Vallecano 6 times, scoring 0 goals, and then he has retired.
I have taken this Wikifiles early, and I can add now he now plays for Atletico Mineiro and has 10 appearances, 2 goals, so he's still going.
Okay, alright, so who... defensive midfielder or a more defensive midfielder, maybe a winger. Is that enough? Not enough goals for a winger. It could be enough goals for a winger. He's Italian, I'm going to say, because of that youth career, assuming that Ordo Italiano is in Italy. Oh, you're a git. Is it not?
This is going so well.
Oh, I hate you.
You are so off the scent. This is beautiful.
Oh, God. Well, the only name that's come to me at the moment is Sam Dallabonna. I don't think it's him. Is it him? Oh.
No, it's not him, no.
Can you remember him, though?
I can remember him, yeah, good hair.
Yeah, great hair.
Would you like any other assistance, Dave?
Yes, I'll have his international stats, please.
Ooh. Okay, I'll just send him over.
Okay, right, let me have a little looky-loo. Oh, Argentinian. Argentina under 20s, 25 appearances, 5 goals. Argentina, 3 appearances, 0 goals. So he's actually played for Argentina.
And I'll tell you now, Audax Italiano are actually a Chilean team.
Oh my God. Wow. An Argentinian who Chelsea signed and then sent on loan.
Signed for Chelsea for 3.4 million.
An Argentinian at Wigan. That's what I'm struggling with.
Yeah, moved there for 2 million. Won the FA Cup there.
Oh man. Did they have an Argentinian striker?
Well, yeah.
So he's a striker then.
Oh, look at you. What a Columbo.
Yeah.
He was nicknamed Crespito, Little Crespo.
Oh my God.
That's very generous. Look at that goal tally.
This is yeah. This is going to annoy the shit out of me. Come on, Dave. It's in there somewhere. I'm going to have to give up, I think, because I just can't. Oh, come on, Dave.
No, nothing.
Nothing. There's no name there, and you're going to say it, and it's going to really piss me off.
Franco De Santo.
Oh, Franco De Santo.
Oh my!
How did he ever get capped for Argentina?
Let's have a look at his international career. It's also called up to Fulca. Yeah, a friendly. He was in a professional squad for the 2014 World Cup. BBC Sport called him a surprise inclusion. He was one of the 4 players cut from the squad. So, yeah, he did not make a World Cup appearance, which is only every other footballer. I remember him trying hard, being pretty shit, but also scoring a few blooters. I've got a vague memory of him scoring a goal similar to what we've just discussed. This old Big Dipper. Yeah.
Okay.
Big Dippers. Yeah. Any memory of him?
No. No. Being shit. He was so bang average. I just don't have a standout memory of him. Did he look a little bit ratty?
A little bit ratty, yeah.
Did he have some big gnashers? I'm trying to remember.
I'm just watching now on this old Wigan side. Oh, look at this. Oh, here we go. Lovely play. Watch this when you have a chance for you to watch Franco De Santo in action. That can be your afternoon, just watching
the highlight reel, all 5 minutes.
Crespito. Oh, that's a good goal.
Crespito.
Watch, yeah. Crespito, yeah. It's a form of snack. Yeah.
Fucking hell. All right. Cool. Well, I
Right,
failed at the wiki file, which is annoying.
That was, I mean, I think, because I didn't realise, I'd throw you off his poor goal tally. I mean, defensive midfield is a bit harsh. I mean,
Well,
the man scored.
yeah.
And then, I hadn't even noticed his youth career.
That threw me right
throw you
off.
to Italy. Yeah, that's a lovely
Right
one.
off. Yeah, that was good, Josh. Well played. Well played.
Oh, well played.
Right.
Played me. Let's go back to something else you're going to fail at, Dave. So, every week I challenge Dave to a quiz, and this week's quiz is as follows. 15 English clubs have played in the Europa League group stages. Can you name them? Dave has named 9 so far, being the top 6. So, Tottenham, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City. He's also named Everton, Newcastle and Wolves. Failed attempts have been West Ham and Aston Villa. He has 6 left. Can you name them, Dave? How's your thinking been going on while we've been talking?
I've got one name written down with a question mark next to it.
Whoa, okay. Right.
Fulham.
Fulham, yes. Because Fulham famously got to...
Yeah, and that's what's made me realise that it's been called the Europa League for quite some time.
10 years. I think this is 10-year anniversary, I think.
So I'm going to say, like, someone like Wigan.
Wigan, yes. Maybe
Yeah.
Franco De Santo was there.
Okay.
Like Europa League. Have a look.
4 more. And
Four
you said,
more names.
And you said 3 of them. Is it 3 of them that are left?
Fulham have played in it twice. So,
Middlesbrough, or is it still the Europa League?
No, that was still Europa Cup then. Yeah. So I'd think one of these. I vividly remember a League Cup win against Arsenal.
Birmingham.
Yes, Obafemi Martins.
Yeah. Okay.
The man who still says he feels great and can still do a job for someone. Man, Obafemi, you've got to be like 50 now, so...
Well, it depends what his passport says.
Yeah.
So... Okay.
All 3 remaining sides have the start with the same letter. So.
Are they in the Premier League still? Or are they all not in the Premier League?
No, one is currently in the Premier League.
Oh, okay. Southampton?
Yes.
Okay. Did they get in it because we beat them in the cup final? Or did they get in it through the league?
No, I don't know. Their league form did, I don't think.
Okay. S. Okay, so they all begin with S. Let's give them me a
they did do it for league. They did do it for league form. They did, yeah.
S. Other teams of S that have been in the Europa League. I'm struggling just to think it's Stoke.
Stoke City.
Yeah, okay, 1 left. 1 left. Come on, I can't fail at the quiz and the wiki file in the same week. Oh, fudge. A team that begins with S that isn't in the Premier League anymore. Who is it? Sunderland?
They beat Valencia 3-0 at Mestalla.
Oh my god. Oh man. Come on, Dave. I can't fail at both in one episode.
I think. Yes, this was louder up season, what we'd mentioned earlier. So
Swansea.
Oh.
You just gave it away, you twat. You absolute penis. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, so he obviously beat Valencia 3-0, lost to Cardiff 1-0, and I was like, wow.
Brilliant. I didn't fail at the quiz. Yay.
Oh.
You idiot.
Well,
that could have been your winning episode, that. You could have won the wiki file and the quiz.
Too generous, Dave. Too generous.
You are too generous. You are very much generous. But there we go. A quiz successfully completed.
Well done.
God, Birmingham in the Europa League. I thought that was UEFA Cup. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Time flies, eh?
Yeah, it really does. It really does. Ah.
Right. Well, unless you have any other business, Dave, we'll leave it there for this week. We've got... Obviously, next week we can talk about how well our respective clubs have done in their Sunday matches, eh?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, true.
So
I hope it kills you. Spurs win 1 game against a shitty side. Now I suddenly think we're going to beat Liverpool. Haven't lost at home in 42 matches. Oh,
that's alright, because we'll get a penalty and it'll be our only shot on target, and we'll get a 1-1 draw. So
lovely.
It's
right.
bleak.
Well, you can if you want to listen to more of myself and Dave feeling bleak and hating on our own clubs, you can listen to our back catalogue on YouTube and on Spotify. And on SoundCloud. I mean, there's just the places you can listen to us are, well, there's 3 of them. And you can also contact us on Twitter. But remember,
there's no A in football. Sorry, I was getting distracted.
Oh, Dave, yeah, football talk, but there's no A in football. Someone stole it. So we'll be here next week, weekly podcast. Give us a listen, and we'll see you next week.